Hey everyone, this is Jeremy with Teletone. I wanted to make a quick start guide to Soulfi, basically a walkthrough for people that are in a hurry. So let's jump on in. Like all of our other instruments, Soulfi is encoded for the free contact player. It's going to show up on the left-hand side of your screen. You can drag it over and load it. There is a lot to look at here on the interface, but it is starting is as simple as just hitting middle C. Any of these middle C through B are going to trigger a beat. If you play legato, it's going to connect all those. So if you're not sure where to start, just decide what BPM you want to go to. These are only suggestions. They can play at any BPM. Let's just load up this one and let's trigger it to hear how this sounds. So then once you've found a beat that you like and you can scroll through the beats with these arrows, you are welcome to swap out the kit and hear this same beat in a different format with different samples. So let's just do that. You can also do the inverse. If you like the sound of the kit, but you want to hear different beats, you can hit this lock button to lock in that kit and then scroll through the beats. If you hear a beat that you like, but you want to start editing it, you can hop over to the Beatmaker and start moving some squares around. You also, if you like the sound of everything that you're hearing, but you don't like the beat, you can use this to clear all Beatmaker measures. And this is going to give you a blank slate with the Beatmaker, but maintain the entire sound that you heard when you loaded that beat. You also don't have to use a beat at all. You can play in manual mode if you go a couple octaves down. Once you record a beat manually, you can take that and drag it into the Beatmaker. And likewise, if you have a beat in this sequencer, you can drag this MIDI in. There's nothing in there right now, but you can take it into your DAW and edit it manually. Another thing you might want to do right away is once you load this up, you may like most of the sound, but you may want to swap out a sample or two. Let's press play on this one. Now let's say we wanted to do a different hi-hat. We're going to click here. Let's pick this one where we recorded with chopsticks. So these are going to be super light and tight on the hi-hats. And of course, you can do that with any of these tabs down here. You also may decide that after you load this beat, you want to do something different with the sound design by turning these dials. And although these have the same labels mostly as tempo, under the hood, these are all designed actually a bit different. The tempo samples interacted very differently with, compressors and saturation and everything. So under the hood, this has all been redesigned specifically for Soulfi, specifically for these samples. As we started off with just the way they were for tempo, it didn't appear to be like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. They needed to be catered to this sound. So if you're a tempo user, this will all look familiar. We don't want to mess up your workflow. We want it to be familiar, but these have been redesigned under the hood to fit with the Soulfi sounds a little bit closer. Okay, so let's say that you like your beat, you like the kit, you like the sound design options and all the drum details are where you want them. You have the right samples loaded. And so the next thing you want to do is you want to actually record something. I'm going to turn on my click and show you how you do that with these keys. It corresponds with these blue keys down here. These trigger the beats, and these are for manual mode. And you may or may not have noticed, but that timing sounded actually pretty good when I was recording with the click track. That is not because my timing is actually perfect. It is because this has a built-in input quantize. So if you're a little bit early or a little bit late, it will either wait for the downbeat or catch you up if you're late. So maybe at this point you want to mess with a little bit of the performative functions. Let's look at stretch. We're going to check that radio button and then use the pitch wheel here. And as I pull it down, it's going to stretch the samples, and as I push it up, it's going to contract them. So that is using stretch. Let me do a little bit with chaos here. This does different rhythms. If you pull it down or up, but it gives kind of a stuttering, glitching effect. Filter does what you think it might. Focus is going to change the emphasis of the beat. If you pull it down, it's going to emphasize the kicks a little bit more. If you push it up, it's going to emphasize the tops a little bit more. So that would sound like this. Kind of nice that you can do a little bit of that performance while you're tracking. It just makes it more fun. You can also draw it in, record it in, whatever you want to do there. Mod wheel is going to work a similar way. You can change the velocities using the mod wheel if you want to make the whole thing sound quieter. And that you can see visually in here. Feel, this is different than swing. It operates independently. I don't know if I have any feel drawn in here, but if you wanted to take these rides and make them drag, you would use the feel lane, and you can either just leave it at that, or you could make it go looser and tighter as you play this beat when you have this checked. So that's kind of fun to do on the fly if you want to tighten and loosen things between the measures. Feel, spread, and tune are not going to do anything unless something is drawn in there. And so the way that would work with this ride, I'm going to go ahead and do two at once. If you wanted to make some tune variations happening, this is going to make the pitch higher, this is going to make it lower, and then spread, this is panning. So this is left, this is right. And so as you move this with both of these checked, it's going to exaggerate that. So as we've referred to these as performative drums, that's what we mean, or bendable drum machines. That's exactly what we're talking about. A way to take this and bend it up, down, and sideways, basically. You can do that with the pitch, the panning, the timing, all of that is a part of the performance aspect of our drum instruments. There are about a million other things that we could point out, but like I said, this is supposed to be the walkthrough for people that are in a hurry. So I think that will do it. We have a much more in-depth walkthrough on our YouTube channel and on the product page on our website, teletoneaudio.com. Follow us on Instagram @teletoneaudio. Thanks for watching.